All right, what's up, guys? It's Justin Kahn back with another episode of Fractal Radio, and today I'm joined by the co-founders of Metawana, David, John, and Samson. How are you guys doing?
All right, great.
Seems good. You guys seem chill. All right, cool. So tell me about. We're excited to partner with you guys at Fractal. I know David's been pitching you tons of different ideas. He's been telling me all about it behind the scenes. Tell me about Metawana and what you guys are building.
Yeah, absolutely. So Metawana is a cannabis themed play to earn blockchain game on Solana. We've got a lot of experience in both the cannabis and gaming realms, and we wanted to combine that into an interesting way to get onto to Web3 and particularly give users a fun and interesting way to earn some rewards. And so we decided to build a game called Metawana that's going to have basically two primary game modes. The first one is similar to kind of a farming simulator. You'll be able to cultivate rare and exotic nugs on your farm, defend them from thieves, maintain them, and level them up. And then the second phase of it's going to be our kind of innovative take on auto chess. So you'll be able to assemble your team of what we call battle buds, which are evolved nugs, and you'll put your best battle buds out there and get a strategy together to compete against other players for some rewards.
Amazing. It's kind of like a Harvest Moon type game, but cannabis themed.
Yes.
Okay, I love it. You guys must really love cannabis. Is that tell me how, why a game? What's the story behind this? I gotta know.
Yeah, that's a great point. This should be immaculately clear at this point from the project choice. But I'll kick off with a little bit about my background, and then we can kind of get into how David and John have really helped to tie this whole thing together. I've been in the legal cannabis space for 5 years now, and currently based in Southern California. And we had this idea through a couple friends of ours who had started getting into the Web3 space, and we really took an approach to it where we're thinking, I think there's a place for cannabis fans and gaming fans to find a home on Web3. And so, after some months of ideation and trying to get almost like a real world cannabis growing simulator, we decided, this is going to be best to let's dive into the imagination and build out a fun and interesting game with those cannabis themes. So, I like to think I bring the cannabis to the equation in this situation. And as a lifelong gamer, I knew there was some fun elements of games we wanted to combine in this project. And so we're taking some, real world cannabis stuff, some fantasy cannabis stuff, mixing it all together to create Metawana and build the Highlands, which is the setting of this game.
The origin of the game was a bunch of guys who working at a big cannabis company in California, and we thought, wow, we can track the cultivation of crops from a gene all the way through its ultimate product. And so it started as a farming sim, and as we got into it, first Samson's like, I don't want to just farm, I want to fight. So the idea came up, hey, why don't we turn these nugs into creatures that could actually battle? And then David, with his 20 plus years of gaming experience, started seeing parallels, and his art team started throwing ideas out there, and it kind of took off from there creatively as people had a chance to weigh in but it's a cannabis game, so you can never take it too seriously. In the end, the idea is this has to be, I'm the serious one who's constantly thinking it's got to do this, and we have to have a DAO that does this, and I really want the economy to, and in the end, it's like, hey, it's a cannabis game, dude. Just make sure in the end it's fun and entertaining to play.
Yeah, that's about right. I think the other trend going on is obviously blockchain games are kind of new, right? So we've been lucky to work on a few for the last year and a half, and it's really an amazing challenge figuring out the economy that rewards everybody, right? Getting that flywheel going. So farming is a great start. We like farming for the growing element of it, but in terms of actually like getting it to a point where it has meaning and it has engagement, we really settled on PvP. So we have a really awesome PvP idea. We believe it's something that's already proven, but we're plussing it a little bit. So we're really excited to take this kind of evolution, like you said, this more typical farming feeling, and then all of a sudden they become these really wacky battle buds that have very, very specialized traits and powers and synergies that you'll be able to combine in incredible ways that we haven't even frankly tapped into the whole possibility of outcomes yet.
So what's the battle part going to look like, or what kind of game is that? Is that part of the
Yes,
is that
it's
part of the game?
actually already. I mean, we're prototyping it, so we know quite a bit about the mechanic. It's going to be a very fast session or quick session auto chess. So you're going to be able to create a deck. There's going to be some drafting that both players get to do with a combined kind of set of units as well to add a little variety in there. And then you place your units on the chessboard. You have to place them in tactical ways, and then you let her rip. And you see what happens, and you see what you did wrong. You try to anticipate the next move, and it's going to move through a series of rounds. And we're trying to actually have the whole auto chess game complete in something like 5 minutes. We're still tweaking that. So we want really quick sessions, really fun, casual to get into, but incredibly deep, for years to come in terms of the possibility space.
And I got to ask you, like, what's the strongest nug?
Ah.
That's gonna. What's the strongest strain that's going to be in this game?
Yeah, so I mean, all the nugs do have the rarities, right? So we have in our season 1 we have one legendary nug. I guess we can announce that, right? There's no.
Is that Purple
Yeah,
Haze? Is that
Purple Haze.
It's not Purple Haze.
Oh, it's not Purple Haze. Oh,
yeah.
boy.
Well, so I'll tell you what. I won't tell you strongly. I'll tell you my favorite. So my favorite is AK-47. So AK-47 looks like an eagle who has machine guns strapped to. They're not even strapped to. His wings are machine guns. You'll kind of see it. So,
Machine gun wings.
Machine gun wings. So he or she, I'm not sure actually of their gender. I should be more precise. So jumps across the board, flies across. Nobody can hit them when they're in flight, and then attacks from the back. So it's just spraying the entire battlefield with bullets, which we may end up shooting joints out instead of bullets, but we're still playing with that. So that's one example of one of the characters.
Yeah, one of the things we came up with is instead of having health points, it'd be high points. So as the character takes on damage, they don't die; they just get more stone.
They just get higher and higher.
Yeah. They kind of
Until they
I'm
just
out,
collapse.
dude. I'm wasted. Yeah.
Again, this is all TBD, but instead of mana, we might do bong water.
Magic bong water, yeah.
So stuff like that.
Is after spending
it.
5 years in cannabis, I'm just inundated with the worst cannabis puns possible, and I figured it was time to just embrace that and put those into the game, top to bottom. So
That's amazing. David, it sounds like you have a background in games, or you've done games before.
Yeah, I have. I'm an oldish dude. Been in games for a while, mostly in the casual space. Worked on big games like actually Heads Up, if you know that one, and Deal or No Deal, and some others like that. But more recently, a lot of crypto stuff. Doing some trading card games, a kind of battle match 3 puzzle fighting games, and very very excited to play with this one. This one's going to be really hardcore.
Yeah. So tell me what it was about this theme that was like you were like I'm excited about it.
Yeah, so we've actually done work with a game called Pot Farm, which was kind of an old style Facebook game. A great company called Eastside Games, and we did some work with them making an idle pot farming game. And so I know about the community. I know how rabid they are. I know how much they just love the theme. So that's really excited me. It's just a really fun community to play with, and once you get them excited, they just add a lot of creativity and craziness to the whole mix.
Yeah, that's true. The cannabis community is super strong. Like it's like one of the only communities that supports its own vertical social network. Like people are like really, like you said, they're rabid for it. So I never, like when my team was telling me like about this game. I was like, oh, I don't. That's like I've never thought of that before, but like I don't know. It's cool. I want to play the farming simulator for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, well, that part will be out first, so we'll be able to play that really, really soon.
Amazing. So tell us how like NFTs interact with this whole game ecosystem. What parts of the game are NFTs? How do you hope people will like the economy will evolve?
Well, I mean, part of the obviously attraction of blockchain is the ability to give players ownership of their assets in the game. So that's kind of that attracted. I'm the least game savvy of the three founders by a country mile, but I was very motivated to see a game where the players got owned their success. So I mean I was very impressed with the play to earn things that happened in Southeast Asia through Axie Infinity. I came out of a social impact investment world where I'm like, wow, we could create games that create economic opportunity and independence for people based on how they contribute to it. And NFTs were a way to do that. And then, Sam can talk more about how the NFTs, the role they play in the game, and what's different about our NFTs.
Yeah, so we've got NFTs in a couple places. For starters, our Genesis drop is going to be Nugs. Those are the primary asset that you're farming. On the farm, you're maintaining them, watering them, and then as you use those more, they'll level up. They're going to be mutable in that sense. And having the ability to level up your NFT will get you, eventually to that stage of a battle bud. The battle bud itself is also going to be an NFT. So folks will kind of have this world that they get to live in. Do I want to be a farmer? Do I want to do battling? Do I want to do both? As we continue to progress on the roadmap, we've got some land options available that we're working out for a sale later this year. So you'll have the availability of NFTs in the land side of things, and I think it's important to mention that we're going to be operating on a kind of seasonal basis. So. At the end of each season, we'll tweak the statistics about the game. We'll do game updates, and then we'll also release a new collection of battle buds to continue to increase, the character pool in the game, and keep things interesting and fresh from a balancing and PvP perspective.
And one thing that's important is in a lot of play to earn games, you see this incredible inflation for NFTs, and it prices players out of the market. So. From the start, to make this an accessible game, we give them an on-ramp if they can't afford to buy an NFT. So they can get in actually without even having a crypto wallet. They can get in through PayPal, buy their way in with a starter kit, and then on the farm they can grow a non-NFT silver weed package up to the point where over time they can actually earn their way to an NFT, and then they've got an NFT just like somebody who bought it either from a drop or on an exchange.
Gotcha. So there's kind of like a normal on ramp of just like buying the game and being able to play, and then cultivating your way.
Balance.
Yeah. And one more note about the NFTs is as they level up, there's going to be utility in the game. So the battle buds will unlock abilities that only higher level battle buds can do. So in addition to being a little stronger and a little healthier and all that, they actually will have entirely new animations and abilities that you'll get to play. That said, I'll preempt maybe another question. It's not going to be play to or pay to win, right? That even if you have very, very high level battle buds, the game is going to be balanced where with the right strategy and the right deck, a very weak set of levels can still beat very strong levels.
Yeah, awesome. It makes sense. I feel like more and more games are, the balance of the game is super important. And the first version of a lot of these games were more about maybe just grinding, and they weren't as fun, and like people were playing them for economic reasons. And like, I think it's got to swing back where people want to play games for fun,
Exactly.
Primarily, and like the game being a vehicle of entertainment is like the most important thing, and then maybe there's like an economic component, but that's kind of like maybe not at the forefront of people's minds when they're playing it.
Yeah, I think if done right, the ownership, the economic component just adds to the fun and adds to the visceral kind of, it really impacts you when when you win or lose, because we can actually have some small economic component, which is, I think, if done well, could be awesome.
Is there going to be some sort of like wager or winning something when you're playing the kind of auto chess battler part of the game?
TBD, definitely winning something. So definitely winners will share in some rewards, and obviously the details of it have quite a bit of economic work ahead of us to work out. There might be some wagering as well, and certainly some tournament style system where you might, pay a small amount to get into a tournament, and then there'll be a leaderboard of people that walk away.
Or the possibility to back another battler, where you could have, you can battle yourself, or if you want to, you can put your money on, not on me. No one would be backing me, but maybe on David or Samson, if or their equivalents. We could see tournaments and things like that. I mean, there's just a lot of great stuff, and candidly, we really want this to be very community driven. So we've got a year of a roadmap that creates a platform for lots of great stuff to happen, but we're leaving a lot to the community to come and say, hey, it's going to be a real decentralized DAO. I mean, they're going to get to say for, 2023, we'd like the game to move in this direction, and the stuff that, David's been telling me this for a while. We have no idea what really is going to happen to this thing a year from now, because things we did never anticipated are going to take off, and we'll just have to run with it and then take credit for it afterwards and tell everyone it was our idea when it wasn't really. Yeah.
It's a key strategy. So what are some of the things that you hope the community will do with the game, once you launch it, or what are some of the things you'd like to see?
Yeah, we've gotten, I think to date, we've already kicked around some ideas with the community. Obviously we'll have the farming side and the PvP. I know that a big one that they've asked for so far is guilds and team kind of events, ways for teams to battle, potentially have clans battling it out in a tournament style. Another super interesting one that they've brought up that I know David's mentioned a couple times is the ability to raid other people's farms, sending people out on missions to go collect grams of strains from other people's farms, and giving you the ability to build up defenses and kind of block folks out from taking stuff from your farm. So those are two awesome ones. We've also been kicking around the idea of kind of a PvE, a little bit closer to playing the computer, and having some other battle capabilities there. But I feel like with both having these two separate game modes that live in two realms, we've got a lot of potential in either direction to keep building off in really cool and unique ways. And the first round of suggestions have been fantastic so far from the community, and as we continue to build out that roadmap and get their feedback, I'm really excited to see what they land on as their favorite direction for the game.
Amazing. And what's that roadmap look like for you in the first year? You said you have it pretty well defined. When are people going to be able to play?
Yes, it's a great question. So we've got we set out with the mission that, we'd seen a lot of game projects that were NFT sales, the funding for it. We're going to start development after the NFT sale. And we wanted to kind of flip that model on its head and spend a lot of time developing this game before we give it out to the community, and then before we ask them to put faith in us via mint. And so we've been at it for about 7 months now, and our mint is going to be on the 11th, and on the 12th is going to be a demo that's available for all the folks who participated in the mint to play. That's going to be off-chain. It's not going to have all the features of the full release, which is going to be April 1st. So we're going to, we were kind of given the choice: do we want folks to sit around and wait for the game 3 weeks later, or do we want to give them a chance to see what we've been working on and maybe get a little head start on strategy? And so day after that mint is finished, folks will have the ability to play around in the demo. They'll be able to grow some weed, figure out the features in the game, and then on April 1st, the full farming game will come available for everyone to play and enjoy and earn some rewards on.
That's awesome. That's so fast. I love this strategy, and that you're releasing something so quickly.
And then David, beyond that, what do we get? We've got PvP in July with Auto Chess begins, and I mean Auto Chess is a lifetime of work to get that thing fine tuned. So will always be something that's got exciting updates coming to it. Isn't that right?
Yeah, on the game side, we're going to soft launch around summer for sure, and tune. But I think in addition to the game specific stuff, like John said, there's going to be DAO releases along the roadmap, token releases, right? So all that stuff is going to play in, and it's available in our white paper if you'd like to see the exact dates.
And
Awesome.
we're gonna have a big 420 surprise. I'm not gonna spoil it, but the high holiday needs some love in the community.
Amazing. I love that. Cool. Anything else that I haven't covered already that you want to mention?
Oh, we've got looks like John's sneaking in here
real
as
world,
well.
like-
Maybe some technical difficulties.
Technical
on his
difficulties in the computer just turned off for some reason.
Oh no. Well, here you are.
I think one element to this game that I think really added a cool dimension to how players strategize in the farming side is the contracts method that we've implemented. So we didn't want it to be there were elements of the farming side that we wanted to make a little bit more interesting, a little more fun for folks to really get the strategy wheels turning. And so we have a contracts based system where folks will now be they'll have the ability to fulfill contracts and get the rewards through that, but they'll also have this kind of strategy in their mind. They're like, okay, I planted my AK-47 today. I've got AK-47 grams. Do I want to, wait for the AK-47 contract for more XP, or cash those in for a little less XP now? And so, creating this kind of cool strategy element for the farm to make it this all-inclusive, fun game was, a big change for us in the roadmap a few months ago, and has been, I think, a really exciting part of the farm for folks to play.
And the only thing I'd add is expect the unexpected from us. I mean, we really want to be a different game. We're different about trying to build the game first and not, ask people to fund a white paper. We're talking about putting the players at the center of the game. We're going to mix things up and be very surprising. We got an exciting mint coming on Fractal. Very excited about that a week from today. So 7 days from today, you'll get a chance, get into the Discord, get on the green list, read the rolling paper, and get all, as Sam said, this is full of pot puns. But I think we're going to mix things up a bit, and we want to be fun and exciting and surprise the community. And we got a great community already, and we're really excited to welcome more people into it.
I love that. So that's March 11th, Friday, March 11th for the mint. You can check it out on Fractal. And what's the link to you guys' Discord and Twitter?
Yes, we'll put that up for you guys. It's discord.gg/Metawana, METAWANA.
Or Metawana.io
Okay.
for the kind of the homepage with.
Yes, homepage 2 will have everything for you.
Yes. And join the
Get
green
on
list.
that green list, man.
Check out the rolling paper.
Read the rolling paper, yeah.
Read the rolling paper. Amazing. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. That was a fun combo. I love it. I can't wait to see the game. I actually love those farming simulators, so I'm gonna definitely check it out.
You're addictive, man.
Yeah.
They are addictive. Justin, thank you so much for your time today, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, great to meet you, Justin.
Okay. Bye, guys.